Did you know that 400 million informal workers are at a risk of falling into poverty according to a study conducted by International Labour Organization on COVID-19 and the world of work? Majority of these informal workers are migrant workers. So far, about 24 lakh migrant workers have returned back to their homes in Uttar Pradesh alone. As most of us are aware, metro cities like Delhi, Mumbai and Hyderabad have about 50% of their population as migrant population. According to the 2011 census, India has 454 million migrant population and the numbers might have increased manifold by now. India did not face a crisis of such magnitude in the recent past. Therefore, we have to come up with innovative solutions and take proactive steps in handling the migrant crisis in the country well. This is because every crisis brings an opportunity with itself to help us retrospect the past events, issues, and helps us in making an effective plan for a better and brighter tomorrow. The migrant crisis can be turned into an opportunity through the means of skills and education, and by enabling the employers to recruit workers based on their requirements and skill sets, and also by building a repository of people who would seek an employment opportunity. To restart industries like manufacturing, construction, agriculture and allied activities, the first step is to bring the workers to the workplace according to their skill sets. This also means that states and various other organizations have to come together to identify the skills, skill gaps and skill mismatches of the migrant workers. This database will not only help us in understanding the skill gaps but also helps us in making a master plan in mapping the migrant workers according to their skill set and requirement. It will also help us in getting a thorough understanding of new skilling, reskilling and upskilling of the workforce. Integrating the data from various projects and schemes under skill development like Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, National Urban Livelihood Mission, National Rural Livelihood Mission, DDU GKY, etc. will help us in understanding the numbers and patterns of the migrant workforce and which will eventually help us in handling the migrant crisis well and turning it into an opportunity. In this backdrop, it is heartening to see few states taking proactive steps and making commendable decisions in handling migrant workforce. One such state is the state of Uttar Pradesh. Imagine a large number of 24 lakh migrant workers have returned back to their homes in Uttar Pradesh and the state government has taken commendable steps in handling the migrant crisis well. One such step is that the state has released its first skill map identifying the skill sets of the migrants and their experience. The state has also decided to set up a migrant commission which will look at the skills of the migrants, provide them training, ensure social security and also provide them loans for any entrepreneurial opportunity. The next state is Uttarakhand. The hill state Uttarakhand has launched a scheme called as Mukhyamantri Swarojgar Yojana to provide loans to the migrant workers who have returned back to their homes due to COVID-19 pandemic. Earlier, the state government has also launched a common platform where migrant workers can fill in basic details like their skill set and experience so that the state can provide them jobs in their own state. Next is state of Rajasthan. The Rajasthan Labour Department has identified the data of about 46 lakh workers, including 8 lakh migrant workers who are in a dire need of a job due to COVID-19 outbreak. The Chief Minister has also announced to launch an online employment exchange platform which will help the migrant workers in finding a suitable employment in their own state according to their skill sets, and also it will help the industries in identifying their required workforce as per the industry requirement. Next is the state of Assam. Assam has not only taken proactive steps in the healthcare but also has taken steps in bringing back the state's economy on track. Industries and Commerce Minister of Assam has called upon global companies to invest in Assam. The state has requested companies to explore opportunities in agripreneurship and agri-mechanization in rural areas. With an aim to improve the livelihood of farmers in the state and with the focus on agri-marketing, recently the state of Assam has also sent a consignment of pumpkins to Dubai through air cargo. A series of discussions have also been taken to support rural artisans, handloom and textile entrepreneurs in the state.
We just saw how different states are coming up with initiatives to map the skills of the migrant workers and help them with jobs amid the COVID crisis post their quarantine period. At the same time, the ministry seems to have identified top 3 sectors where the jobs will be created. Hence, skilling in these sectors will be of high prominence, and these sectors are healthcare, logistics and e-commerce. This is as per an interview with the minister, Dr. Mahendranath Pandey, published in the Hindu Business Line. And he also said in the same interview that the focus will be on imparting new age skills, which means skilling in artificial intelligence, cloud computing, data science and many others, which are definitely needed at this point in time. But a point of concern is that this kind of skilling should not be limited to very entry level jobs. It has to go up to higher levels, which will include, let's say, graduates and postgraduates, because they form a very crucial a part of the chain in which the entire job creation and entrepreneurship really takes place. So they cannot be ignored. Another important initiative which we need to look forward to is from NSDC, which is actually going for creating a platform to map the skilled workers who have migrated, and these workers will again be assessed, and it will be seen whether they can be accommodated in the local industry as per the local demands. And this initiative perhaps will play a very important role in the development of the local economy with the help of the migrant workers. And hopefully this platform gets ready by mid-June, as it is mentioned in the source, that is Live Mint. Then comes Assam. In Assam, the minister has called upon the global companies. So as we see here, this is another state which is taking various steps, particularly here by inviting various MNCs to invest in industries which are going to create jobs. So the industries are related to agriculture, healthcare, e-commerce, handloom, textiles, and of course hydrocarbon. So what we see here is that many states are going deeper and deeper into various options to solve the crisis by skilling their people, particularly the migrants who have come back to their states. And then in Uttarakhand, we see here the focus is more on self-employment. Of course, even other states are focusing on creating self-employment options for migrant workers. And it would be interesting to know how this is taken forward, as here we read that the loans are going to be given to these people to start their own work in manufacturing, in service and service sectors. So Uttarakhand being a very rich state in natural resources, I think we should look forward to hear more about their initiatives and keep track of how these things develop in future. So this is something interesting coming from Uttarakhand. Then in Rajasthan, we hear about how the state is capturing data of about 46 lakh workers. These migrant workers have returned from different states, and they need to be accommodated again in their own state. And most of these workers seem to have worked in construction sector and other sectors, and now it is a challenge for the state to see how they can be accommodated in different industries. Perhaps or in some kind of informal work where their skills get utilized, or they might have to learn something new if they are semi-skilled, or they might have to get reskilled. So the challenge is really humongous for every state. Now coming to the largest initiative, I would say, is the UP government taking a big initiative to form a commission to map the skills of the migrant workers. So mapping the skill perhaps would be one of the most substantial ways to understand what are the skills these workers possess, because they would have partly worked in informal ways, or they would have worked in formal as well. So how do we capture this data? It is definitely something very interesting to look forward to and see how they get accommodated in different sectors based on the data that gets captured through various tools and mechanisms to map the skills of the workers who have returned to their places. So you see here, there are many initiatives, similar initiatives taken by the state governments, and we have mentioned few of them. The idea of putting up this presentation is to invite you to take part in the dialogue, in the discussion. That's the reason through NSN Connect we are reaching out to you to let you know that we invite your views, your articles and your stories if you are a part of any of these initiatives, or if there is something that you would like to share about it. Please share those points in the comments here, and also you can write to us. And this is something very interesting with which I would like to close my presentation. As news like this is very interesting and very positive, and it encourages us to see the light at the end of the tunnel, or the silver lining, which is what we all want to see during the crisis. So a fruit like jackfruit has suddenly become a very popular fruit, and it has gone global because this is a very interesting article, by the way, which came in Indian Express, how people have found this to be a meat substitute in many countries. Vegan food processing and others, other industries are using jackfruit, and suddenly it has created a huge demand for jackfruit. And as we know, India, I think, is the largest producer of jackfruit, so definitely there is going to be a huge business potential, and perhaps it will help many livelihoods to sustain themselves. So not only jackfruit, there could be many other fruits, many other flowers and many other natural produces in India which can have this kind of an opportunity. So I think opportunities are always there in any crisis or adversity. It depends on how we look at it. We just have to turn it on its head and try to see what is positive there, what is interesting there that we can explore. So with this, I close these points, and I hope you found our presentation interesting. Sahitya and I have put it together with a lot of effort, and we thought this would be a nice way to connect with you. So please do share your comments and subscribe to our channel, as I always keep requesting you. The bell icon is just there, so please do that and keep in touch with us. Write to us at nationalskillsnetwork.com. We look forward to hear from you and be a part of NSN Connect. It would be nice to have you in our network. Thanks a lot once again, and stay in touch. That would be good. Goodbye.